I think it's awesome that you accept people with awesome abilities to
Yeah,
enjoy the workplace of working with pizza.
because I always think that everybody has gifts. You have all kinds of gifts, and
Oh, yeah.
everybody has gifts. And it's just a matter of getting them in the place where they could use the gifts that they have.
Welcome to Big Heart Talks with Tim. I am your host, Tim Harris, and I believe everyone deserves to dream big and feel loved. This is the show where we celebrate joy, friendship, dreams, and living life with a big heart. We're here to share stories, inspire hope, and remind you that every life is full of possibility. Let's get started. I'm so glad you're here. Let's dive into today's Big Heart conversation. Oh yeah! Welcome back to my podcast, Big Heart Talks with Tim. We are so excited to have Jon Patten, the legendary, in my podcast today. And it's official, he is the owner of Dion's Pizza. I hope you're hungry.
Thank you, Tim. It's really nice to be here.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I was born in Michigan like your dad was, and we lived a few miles apart. And then went to school for a while. I didn't graduate college. I got tired of going, so I quit. And then I moved out here in 1978 to start a company, and I didn't know how to work in the restaurant industry or make a pizza, but I knew how to make an English muffin and put a little sauce on it, and a little cheese, and a little pepperoni, and
Oh, yeah.
that was my experience. So we came out and bought New York pizza.
That's awesome there.
Yeah.
What inspired you to open up your very first restaurant?
Well, I had gone around with my mom in Michigan after I got tired of going to school, and I decided that there wasn't restaurants where you had comfortable place where you could sit and talk, and also had really good food that was really reasonably priced. So I wanted to have a place where people, really, it's important to me, just like we're doing here, that we can have friends and buddies and stuff, we could talk. And so many restaurants are either too expensive and too fancy for everyday talking, or they're like McDonald's and stuff where they want you to eat and get out. So that's why we came out here and decided to open up a restaurant.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I do love Dion's Pizza.
yeah.
Every time we do a family gathering or something, or gathering with friends, we'll order at least about like 5 to 6 pizzas.
Oh,
Large
nice.
pizzas for
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, nice.
What are key values that guided you as a founder?
Thought that, I had had a couple of jobs before I started in the pizza business, not in the restaurant business, but one of them was at a liquor store, and another one was at a radio station for 4 years where I worked for my dad. And I found that, treating people well was really important. It's more important when people are treated well that they want to go to work, and that you take into account their opinions and what they're good at and what they want to do. So that's really important to me. And that's what attracted me to your family too, because you guys feel the same way as I do about that. Family is very important, and connection with people is really important. So having people that work for us for a long time, that's what I'm really proud of. And that's what it was attracted me to going into business. Plus, in my family, there's 8 of us, and none of us are capable of working for anybody else. So all 8 of us have our own businesses.
To give some background for my listeners, I was a former owner of a restaurant called Tim's Place out here on the east side, and Jon Patten's son, Tim, had worked for me.
Yeah.
And that made my heart really happy there. I do have a special question for you.
Okay.
How did it make you feel when I decided to hire your son, Tim Patten, to work for me?
I thought it was excellent because it was a great place to work. And Tim squared. It was just awesome at the place. You and my son Tim, and your cafe there, and he learned a lot from you and from Keith and all the managers there. So that was excellent.
It's awesome.
I love that.
He was up there by the front door.
Yeah.
Where the world comes in, and it was special to have him there with me, and he was serving food too as well.
Yeah, and he was serving food, and he worked there, and he's never worked at Dion, so that was his only restaurant experience.
How did that make you feel
I
with
felt
that?
really good about it because I knew that you guys would run it the way I would want to run it, that it was a caring place where you cared about the customers and cared about the employees. So
That's
that
awesome.
was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When was the moment you realized that you were building something special?
Well, I don't think we ever started out to build anything special. We just we didn't know what we were doing. And our first day we did $29 in sales. That's not in profit, that's in sales. And so we didn't know what we were doing and we didn't have a clue as to how to do things. Originally we wanted to do a Greek restaurant, but that didn't work out. So we ended up in pizza. And I think it was 1981 that we really figured out we had something. But, it was just the newspaper ran a contest 3 weeks in a row, and it was on the front page of the business section. And the first one was cut out a coupon or a little thing and mail it in. This is before we had the internet. And you mailed it in, and then they voted, and then the top 5 pizza places, and we finished first in that one. They published in the paper and who were the top 5 and what people said about them. And then the second week, they had it at a Coronado, and everybody had to do little squares of pizzas. And then people would walk through the line, and they had different color toothpicks in it. And then you'd eat a little square of each of the 5 top places, and then you'd throw 4 toothpicks away and vote with one. And so that was cool because we won that one. And I was just surprised that we were doing so well and won. And
It's
then the
awesome.
third time they had 3 chefs check us, and the 3 chefs all voted us number 1 again.
Oh,
So
wow. It's awesome.
when I won 3 times in a row, I thought, wow, maybe we're better at this than I thought we were.
Because you're 10 times more awesome in the pizza industry. It's
Yes.
awesome. And my friend Adam
Yes.
wanted me to tell you thank you for providing us with the pizza that we were trying to carve up before the big Lakeview Trail 100.
Oh,
We do it a day before the run.
okay.
We
So
like
this is 100 what? How
100 friends for 100 miles.
100 miles?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Before the big race,
Yeah.
we have a little get together.
Yeah.
We will make pizza in those pizza ovens
Okay.
over there in Leadville. And he wants to say to you, thank you for providing that pizza for us to make in those ovens.
Oh, nice. Good.
He wanted us to carb up so we can do our best there and during that race.
Yeah.
All thanks to you
Yeah.
and that pizza that helped us.
Oh, thank you.
It's awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh yeah. When I had Tim's place, my employees were important to me. We made a connection of friendships.
Yes.
Altogether, I had over 25 to 30 employees. We became
Yes.
bonded like best friends. We bonded like a family. How do you treat your employees like that?
I think that's what I loved about Tim's place is that my son working there because you guys treated people really well. And it was part of what I believe in business too, is that we didn't know anything about business when we started Dion's. So we just immediately started putting in a lot of training. And while I'm really proud of the pizza that we do, and you were really proud of your food too, I know.
Oh yeah.
The main thing is I'm even more proud of how many people got their start working at Dion's and the fundamental things that we taught them about restaurants and how to improve themselves, whether they continue to work with us or go on. Because creating that culture of supporting each other is just so important to me. And to you too, I know from the way Tim's
Oh, yeah.
place ran. I was proud to have my son Tim there work for you.
It was awesome. We had a team name together. We called it the Tim Power.
Tim Power.
Tim Power. The
Nice.
Tim Power of Awesome, I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
That's
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun, but it was really sad when we finally closed the doors.
Yeah.
Like before I closed the doors, we had a team meeting
Yeah.
and talk about the memories we had.
Yes.
And your son shared a lot of great
Yeah.
memories and
No.
giving me hugs for
Oh, yeah.
all that sadness.
Yes.
What was important to you to being a leader and the captain of Dion's?
Well, I mean, I think, being a good leader is one of the things I've learned over the years is that leadership is different for everybody. There's certain fundamentals that everybody has to have. For instance, in the early days, I would be oftentimes late to meetings a little bit late. And then I got married, and my wife explained to me that that was not good. And she fixed me on that.
That's good.
Because her dad was a New Mexico Supreme Court judge, and so he was never late. And so she made me never late either.
Oh, that's crazy.
So that's good. But a lot of it is that different people lead in different ways. Some people lead the way I lead, and the way you lead, Tim, is through the heart. And that's the way we connect with people directly. Other people I knew were very, very logical about, and they were very methodical about leading. And other people like to lead because they could really see the future and see how to do things. So different people lead in different ways. The main thing is you have to develop yourself as a person. And that's what makes good leadership. And if you develop yourself as a person, you're more and more thinking of the way you want to be and then making yourself that way. Otherwise, you just wander around randomly. You have to take some work, and it takes a little bit of intelligence and some humility, too, to figure out how to do that.
It's awesome.
It's really good to be a good leader. And it's not the thing that makes me upset. Well, I don't go on, as you know, about all the stuff that makes me upset, because it can be a long list. But so many people think leadership is standing in front of the room and making a big speech and really inspiring people. There's some of that, but a lot of it is just being able to connect with people and to realize that you're looking out for them. You want what's best for them. Like when people work for me, I want them to develop themselves as best they can. And when you have the best interests of the people that work for you, then that shows real leadership, I think.
That's awesome. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I do have a question for you, though, again.
Uh-huh.
It's a really cool personal question, but I want it to be on my podcast.
Uh-huh.
One of my friends that's competing with me in the USA Games, her name is Gracie.
Uh-huh.
She told me that she works at Dion's. And I want to ask you, how does it make you feel when you have accepted people with disabilities to work for your restaurants?
Yes. Well, the first one we had was Chris. I don't know if you knew Chris, but Chris, let's see, this is, in 1995, 1994 maybe, my partner hired Chris to work for us. And we had, I think, 4 or 5 stores then, but I was managing the store at Academy, Wyoming. And my partner was managing Montgomery and Morris. So he said, Chris will come in at 10 o'clock, and he has a lady from the city that's going to help him. I forgot the name of the organization, but part of the city organization that's going to help him, and he's going to help do tables and stuff. And so what happened is that Chris showed up at about 9:30, and the lady wasn't there. So I just took one of our employees and put him out there with him and started showing him how to do it. And then 11 o'clock came and we opened, and Chris did great. And then about 1 o'clock, his parents called and they said, they're so sorry. I go, what are you sorry about? We're so sorry that Chris, we lost him. He came, he had breakfast, lived with them, he had breakfast, and he disappeared, and we're still looking for him. We don't know where he went. I go, he's been here all morning, and he's been working for us for the last 3 hours. She said, oh, well, the lady was supposed to meet him at her house, but he was so energetic and wanted to work at Dion so bad. He went and got on the bus, and he went down there himself and got there early.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knew how to get there, and he knew he loved Dion. So Chris worked for us first at Academy, Wyoming, for about 10 years, and then for about 20 years, he was at Paseo. And then in October, he left, but he didn't really leave. He sort of left. You know what he did? His dad moved to Colorado Springs, and so now he works up at a Colorado Springs store. So he's been with us over 31 years.
Oh, wow, that's a long time.
That's a long time. I mean, he's doing really well still.
Yeah. How many years have you been now with the company?
Almost 48.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, 48 years. I was
awesome.
young.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's awesome there.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I think it's awesome that you accept people with awesome abilities to enjoy the workplace of working with pizza.
Because I always think that everybody has gifts. You have all kinds of gifts, and everybody has gifts. And it's just a matter of getting them in the place where they could use the gifts that they have.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
My gifts is making new best friends.
Yeah.
And
You are excellent at that.
when was the moment in your life when you discover your gifts?
See, that's the strange thing. I think this is true for me and other people. People often don't know what the gift they have is. It's only from other people they discover that. That so often I didn't know that I was so good at caring about people and trying to get them to do well. I thought everybody was like that. And then I found out later that was really my gift, and my gift of connecting with people. And also I'm good at seeing the future. But there's a lot of things I'm not good at. I'm just not good at quite a few things, and that's why I think it's really good. Like I don't stay organized. I don't follow through with things very well. And that's why in running a business, I had to find people that were good at the things that I wasn't good at. And since I'm gifted with being really bad at a lot of things, I needed a lot of people around me to make it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. How many Dions do you own?
Currently, we have 28 Dions, 2 kiosks, and then 2 Tula's restaurants.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
As you're growing your companies, do you have any challenges or setbacks?
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of challenges and setbacks. We opened up in Salt Lake City in 2000, and then we closed that in 2002 because the location wasn't good and people didn't understand what we were trying to do. We delivered in 1978 and 79, and then in 1980 we quit delivery just as everybody was taking off with delivery. And so that was a bit of a setback. We've had early 2000s, we had a couple of tough years as we tried to transfer me and Bill running things to a whole bunch of other people running it, and they made mistakes. So there's been challenges, There's I used to be a CEO coach too, and when I got new CEOs in my group, I would always say, if you haven't any challenges, look out, you're about to get one.
I know, that's so crazy.
That's the way the world is,
Yeah, I had those before challenges in my life with
Yeah.
multitasking.
Multitasking.
That was my biggest challenge in my restaurant.
Uh-huh.
The phone keeps ringing off the chain. I had to answer that and get to the customer.
And get to the customer too.
and if they wanted a hug, I have to
Yeah.
maybe get Tim on the phone.
Yeah.
Get your son on the phone as I give a hug to someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't do both at the same time.
Yeah, or a different worker, a server.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multitasking. That's a good one too.
That's the hardest part for me.
Yeah, for me too.
Yeah.
We're the same in that way. I can't multitask. I can only do one thing at a time.
Do you have any advice for entrepreneurs that want to be in business?
Yeah, it's really interesting that, after so many years in business and after knowing so many other leaders, there's two kinds of people that are entrepreneurs. The people that are sitting around waiting to start something, and they just keep waiting and waiting and trying to get everything perfect. And you can't get everything perfect because everything's never perfect. So they never get started. And then the people that are like John F. Kennedy, when I was very young and you weren't even born yet.
I was just a tiny nugget.
Yeah. And so he said that we go to the moon because he was the one that put the thing out there that the United States should go to the moon. And we said, we do this not because it's easy, but because we thought it was easy. And what I tell my entrepreneurs is that they don't take risks. They do it because they thought it was easy, not because it was easy. So they try things. And so if you want to try something, just get out there and try it. And you'll find out, and you'll figure out how to do it later, is the advice I give. Because Bill and I had no restaurant experience when we started.
What are 2 or 3 qualities every entrepreneur meets?
They need to have optimism, first of all. That's the most important quality, I think, is that they think they could do something. They may not be able to do it right away. And the other thing I think is determination, because there's going to be setbacks. And so many people, the number one quality that says if somebody's going to fail or not as an entrepreneur, the number one, not quality, the number one predictor of whether an entrepreneur fails is having a good backup plan. If you don't have a backup plan, then you're going to succeed. It's when you have a good backup plan that you're going to fall back on your backup plan. So optimism and having no backup plan.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What piece of advice would you give to your younger self?
I think one of the things I'm learning about myself now is, because I keep learning, I think being a continuous learner is also important in life, not just for leadership, but for everything. And one of the things I'm learning about myself now, I'm taking chess lessons from a lady who lives in Dubai. And I'm finding the way I do one thing is the way I do everything. So my chess is uh, getting a lot better once I figured out that I tend to be, I didn't know this about myself, be very defensive. So when somebody's attacking one of my pieces, I get scared and I protect my piece. But
Oh, wow.
sometimes in chess, you don't need to do that. You could be a little more aggressive. So I think if I was, my wife doesn't like the word aggressive. If I was a little more, you know, going forward faster, say, I think I could have made a bigger company and had a bigger impact than I did. Because remember, our goal was world pizza domination by the year 3000. And we're still on track for that, but maybe I could have done it by 2700 if I was a little more aggressive.
Oh, wow. That's crazy there.
Yeah.
What inspires you to be an entrepreneur and owner?
The thing that I'm most proud of, I would say, and inspiring to me is when I go to Starbucks or something and the person, this has happened a half dozen times, and the person behind me in line comes up and says, I'm going to buy your coffee. And I say, why are you doing that? He goes, well, my daughter or my son used to work for you, and they did so well at that job. It taught them a lot. So that meant a lot to me
Oh, wow.
when I hear that. So what inspires me is that not that people stay. I love it when people stay and they grow in the organization, and I've seen that, and that meant a lot to me. It also means a lot to me when they leave and they go have great careers. We have people that are doctors and vets and all kinds of other successful careers that started and got their fundamental start at Dion. So we didn't teach them how to be a doctor, of course.
Businesses can be hard. What's the most warning thing that you have done?
Well, the thing that keeps me going, I think, is that, to keep providing a place where people can meet and where we can grow people to be as good as they can be, and having a place where people could sit and talk like we are here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
many places now you can't do that. And I think with all the technology in the world, I'm more determined than ever to find a place. One of the things that meant a lot to me is one of my friends who I meet about once a month at the restaurant. He came to me several times and says, it's amazing when I go to Tula's or to Dion's and I see people talking and they're not on their cell phones and they're not connected to technology. They're just talking to each other. And
That's
that
awesome
means a
there.
lot to me.
Yeah, that's cool. What is the legacy you hoped Dion's continues to carry forward?
Is that we continue to provide a place with great quality food, fast, friendly service, and a place where people get together and talk, and a place where we can grow people. I mean, and not just so many big companies today. People are working there and they're looking for another job, and I don't like that. I want people that like where they're working, and yes, and sometimes it's appropriate for them to go get another job. But if we get the fundamentals right, we're going to make them a better person for it.
Wow, that's cool. It's awesome.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tim. This has been great talking with you.
It's so much fun.
You're the nicest guy on earth. And I really mean that. You love everybody you come in contact with, and you know so many people, and everybody speaks highly of you. So it's nice having you in my life, and it's nice having your whole family in my life, because I'm about family, and so is your family.
What does it mean to you to live with a big heart like me?
Yes, it's to be able to accept people for who they are and to recognize their strengths and what they could become. And that's what it means to me.
That's awesome. I got one more question to say to you.
Uh-huh.
We love hugs around here in my place.
Uh-huh.
Who do you want to hug tonight?
I'm going to hug my wife and my son, Andrew, and probably a couple of the puppies that we just got, too.
That's awesome. That's adorable. Jon, it was an honor to have you here in my podcast studio. It was awesome that you shared about your life with pizza and the restaurants and the challenges you had.
Yeah.
I love you, brother.
Love you, too.
Right here. Oh, yeah.
Big Heart Talks.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Thank you for listening to Big Heart Talks with Tim. I hope today's conversation brought you joy and hope. And guess what? I'm also a motivational speaker. I love to come speak in your community. Just visit our website, timsbigheart.org, to learn how to book a speaking engagement with me. Let's stay connected on Instagram at Tim's Big Heart. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend and leave us with a review to help us spread more joy and love. Remember, keep dreaming big like me, keep being kind, and keep living with a big heart. See you next time. Oh yeah!